Should you move to Florida? In the past, I've produced videos about people regretting moving to Florida and others that want to leave Florida. And there's even Facebook groups of people that are leaving Florida, and hundreds of people a day are responding to these Facebook groups talking about the reasons why they are leaving Florida and they don't like it. So today I want to dive into the number one reason that I hear that Florida is not for them, because instead of making the move and regretting it, I want you to be as educated as possible with the decision, because obviously we have lots and lots of people that move to Florida and love it. So let's dive into the number one reason. But first, if we have not met, I'm Lisa McBride with Sarasota Neighborhood Experts, and my team and I love helping so many of you buy, sell, and invest in real estate here on the Florida Gulf Coast. So if we can be of any help, give us a call today, shoot me a message, I'm here to help. Also, there's a relocation guide linked below in the description box. So let's get right into the number one reason most people decide not to move to Florida or decide to leave Florida. And I would say that is 100% based on cost. Now, 30 years ago, it was very common for snowbirds, empty nesters, retirees, people that just needed to get out of the cold would move to Florida, and it was quite affordable. It's pretty easy to find a decent home, condo, villa, even along the coastline at a very affordable price. Well, today, those prices have skyrocketed, and Florida is no longer that affordable option. And that is really driving people away. And I wanted to talk about the affordability of Florida, because most people, when they start searching, are looking along the coastline, whether that's along 30A in the Panhandle, or from Tampa to Naples, or Jacksonville to Miami. There's a lot of coastline in Florida, and people are flocking to these areas. And with that, the cost of living has just skyrocketed. So our average price of home here in Florida is something like $470,000. But I'm going to tell you, you're not going to get a whole lot for $470,000, specifically if you're looking to be on a coast or if you want something that's a little bit more updated and modern. And most people are deciding on something a little bit more updated and modern because Florida is filled with production home builders. And with production home builders comes new amenities, new neighborhoods, new floor plans, and people love that. But that is also detrimental to homeowners of existing homes. So for instance, imagine having a home that was built in 2015. It's only 10 years old, right? So that's not an old home by many standards. However, when we have so many production builders building homes, just a mile away or 2 miles away, there's brand new homes with all the top features that you're looking for in homes, with marble countertops or luxury vinyl flooring or extended patios and so many features. And when you see existing compared to new, well, naturally people tend to gravitate to new, and so we sell a lot of new homes. Unfortunately, some of the prettiest neighborhoods truly were built in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Unfortunately, those homes are going to have a higher cost to them. Even though it may not seem like it, the cost to own it may be higher than brand new. For instance, our homes here in Florida, our AC units, they only last about 10 years. So every 10 years, you're putting a brand new AC unit in your home, and they're not cheap by any means. An AC unit here in Florida is going to range between $7,000 and $10,000. Also, your hot water heater is probably going to be replaced about 10 years or every 10 years, and that's going to be another couple $1,000s. And unfortunately, our roofs are going to need to be replaced more often here in Florida. So the cost of owning an existing home, although they may be cheaper to buy on the open market than a brand new home, they're going to cost you more in a very short amount of time. And so, unfortunately, that all goes into the cost of owning here. Also, with living in Florida, many of us, or many homeowners, regardless of what flood zone you're in, are choosing to have a flood policy, even if it's not required. And so then you're paying not only what you pay for the home, whatever your mortgage may be, if you tend to have a mortgage. We do have a lot of homeowners in Florida that have no mortgage and are trying to live very economically. And they may have been able to very easily pay cash for their home if they're selling a big home from another state. However, that monthly fee is going to be greater than you expect, because not only do you have your insurance and possibly a flood insurance policy, then we have property tax. And property tax in Florida is going to range somewhere between 1 and 1.5% of your assessed value, which is going to be whatever you pay for the home, times that by 1 to 1.5%, and that is going to be what you're paying annually for your taxes. So let's just say you found a $600,000 home. You're probably going to be paying about $6,300 a year to $7,000, depending on if you're homesteaded or not, on your taxes. If you divide that out monthly, it's definitely a little bit of money. And then we have HOA fees, because 70% of communities have HOA fees. And specifically, if you're living in a condo, you're definitely going to have HOA fees. Now, there are neighborhoods that might only charge $25 to $50 a month, but these neighborhoods are not going to have any amenities. They're just paying basically for deed restrictions and to have somebody mow the front entrance and things like that. But most of our neighborhoods now have HOA fees between $200 and $600 a month, depending on the amenities. So there's a pretty hefty monthly fee. And if you're living in a condo building, it can easily be $1,000 to $2,200 monthly. These costs have doubled in the last decade very easily. So you can see that our cost of living is greater than many areas. So we have the cost to purchase, we have homeowners insurance, we have flood insurance, we have HOA fees, we have taxes, and also something we have here in Florida is a stewardship fee or a CDD fee. Now, a stewardship or CDD fee is basically a bond that's put in place to pay for the infrastructure of a neighborhood. Think of the roadways, the amenities, everything going into a neighborhood. So for instance, here on the Florida Gulf Coast, we have stewardship fees in Lakewood Ranch and in Welland Park, and they can range anywhere from $1,200 annually to $2,800 annually. So again, all of a sudden we have all of these monthly fees. So even if you buy with cash, you could easily be spending $2,000 to $3,000 a month in fees. This is making us less and less affordable to many that are looking to move to this area. So there's many other reasons why people don't love living in Florida, from the traffic to the heat, humidity, and the hurricanes, to the lack of great health care, or the annual salaries are lower than other parts of the state. There's lots of reasons why people do not like living in Florida and regret moving here. And for more information on that, be sure to watch this video next. But there's tons of people that do love living here. So if you're still considering moving to Florida, I can tell you, I love living in Florida. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So let me know if I can answer any questions about moving to Florida. Please let me know. Like I said, I love living here. I have no desire to leave. I prefer the heat and the humidity and even the risk of hurricanes over the blizzards and snowstorms of the North and Midwest that we see so often. So if I can be of any help with your move, give me a call today. I really appreciate you watching, and as always, until next time, take care.